Hi, this is Sean with the American Hunting Lease Association. I get to talk to hunters across the country every day. And one of the things that I like to talk about is different hunting products and different hunting accessories. And I get asked my opinion quite a bit on whether I think a particular accessory or tool works like it's supposed to, like the company says it does, and finally, of course, is it worth the money? So we thought the first one naturally to go over would be the Yeti Cooler, because this is the one that everybody wants to know, is it really worth the money? Well, I can tell you without hesitation now that I absolutely think these are worth the money. When they first came out, of course, I was a little taken back by how much a cooler could cost. Was it really a problem to me that I had to go get ice every day? Let me tell you, let me be honest with you, it wasn't a problem until I knew there was a solution. And once I knew there was a solution in the Yeti Cooler, then it seemed to be kind of a no-brainer. They're not for everybody, and I understand that. But if you're on the fence and you really curious about whether they do what they're supposed to do or what they tell you they're going to do, I promise you that they do. And the reason I'm doing this today is because, as you can tell, it's kind of warm and sunny here. I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana. It is 75 degrees on November the 4th. Clearly I should be sitting in a tree somewhere, but I'm not. I'm sitting in my driveway in the back of my truck. I packed this cooler 6 days ago, last Thursday night on October the 28th, and we went down to the hunting lease for a few days. I came back because of the heat, and it has sat in the back of my truck since then for at least 3 days. But I have not refreshed it. I haven't put any additional ice in here or anything for 6 full days, okay? So we're going to go this weekend when the weather breaks, we're going back out. And as you can see, as I reach in here, I mean, obviously there's water in here, but there's still there's ice in here. This is cold inside this cooler. In fact, one of the things that I absolutely have to have on every morning hunt anyway, besides my cherry Pop-Tarts, is a bottle of milk, okay? This milk, I will drink this tomorrow morning without reservation. It's that cold, so I have no problem with that. And here's another little tip for you if you don't already do this. Instead of buying milk at a convenience store for $2.50 a bottle, I drink Diet Pepsis in these little bottles, and I just wash them out and refill them with milk. So that's a little bonus tip for you. Another thing that I do though is I take a 2-liter pop bottle like this and I fill it with water up to about 3/4 of the way, and then I freeze it. And I put the frozen block of ice now basically in the cooler with the rest of my ice and my soft drinks and my food, and it seems to really help keep the cooler cool. So I would recommend that you do that. So I'm not going to go over all the things that they say in their commercials because you've seen it all, and it's all true. The latch, the ring, the durability, the handles, so forth, all good stuff. When Yeti makes a cooler, clearly they've put some thought into this, and they've made it for hunters and for outdoorsmen to use and frankly abuse, and this one has certainly stood up to that. So I would highly recommend this. Now let's talk quickly about whether it's really that important to have a cooler like this. If you're going to go hunting for a day, it's probably not, frankly. But if you're going to go hunting for 3 or 4 days, like when we go to our hunting lease, we are there sometimes 4 or 5 days. And I'm 15 miles from the most remote convenience store at all. So I don't want to run to town to get a bag of ice or 2 bags of ice to come back and continually fill my cooler. I can go to the lease one time. This cooler is packed with lunch meat, with condiments, maybe even a couple of pounds of a hamburger, and my soft drinks for the week, and I'm good. I'm good to go. And that helps me be a better hunter because now I can hunt longer, I can hunt more comfortably because I've had a decent meal or a decent lunch, I'm hydrated, all of those type things that I know will help you to enjoy and be a more productive hunter. Now, your wife's probably not going to like the fact that you are going to spend this kind of money on a cooler. So the way to get around that is to simply buy her own cooler. We just got back from a vacation, my wife and I told her, I said, I think a Yeti hopper is a perfect thing to take with us. We like to hike, and she loves to hike and to run. Anywhere we went for the entire vacation, I had a cooler full of cold soft drinks and snacks and things for us to eat. And I think it saved us money over the course of the vacation. Enough to pay for the cooler? No, it didn't. 2 or 3 more vacations, and I think we'll be right there where it actually starts to pay for itself. But it's just such a convenience and such a nice tool that I would highly, highly recommend this. And to be perfectly clear, we paid for these ourselves, full retail, $379, $299. I think they're worth the money, and I think you'll enjoy your trip more if you've got a Yeti cooler and some of the conveniences of home. So as always, hunt safe, good luck, If you want any more information, you can find it at ahuntinglease.org, and we look forward to seeing you. Take care.